I would like to call to order the meeting of the Township of Hamilton Committee, Monday, March 18th, 2024. Would you please stand for the flag salute? Dr. Witherspoon?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law by posting a notice of this meeting on the bulletin board in the municipal building and by publication in the Press of Atlantic City and Star Ledger on January the 6th, 2024. Mr. Cheek?
Here.
Mr. Laws?
Here.
Mr. Patali?
Here.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Here.
Mayor Schenker?
I am here. Okay, can we get a moment of silence for private reflection? Thank you. We have no guest presentations, but we do have some proclamations to give out in honor of Women's History Month. We want to honor 3 people here that have gone up above what people in this town do for a long time, and we want to take a moment to honor them. So I'm going to ask Committeeman Cheek, Committeeman Laws, and Committeewoman Witherspoon to present these proclamations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Committeewoman Thelma Witherspoon, and I first want to thank all of the committeemen and all of my colleagues for going along with me with this idea. We have never honored women in Hamilton Township, and women do so much. And it's National Women's Month, and I wanted to make sure that we honored the women in Hamilton Township. So with that being said, I'm going to be first, and then my colleagues are going to come up, and each one of them are going to present something to a deserving woman. All of you are deserving. But for our first person, I would like to call Miss Aileen Dix. Township of Hamilton, Atlantic County Proclamation. Whereas we would like to recognize Ms. Aileen Dix during National Women's History Month. Aileen moved to Hamilton Township in June of 1947, first residing on Lenape Avenue and has lived on Park Road since 1979. Whereas Aileen became a steward of the code and was nicknamed Lady of the Lake. She was
Forgot the word old.
She was a Mays Land and Bowdoin and Special Events Association member from 1970 to the 1990s. Whereas Aileen Dix has contributed many years of dedicated public service, including 29 years on the MUA board, on the Hamilton Township Board of Education from 1993 to 1996, and has been a notary for the other public since 1978. Aileen later worked in real estate and mortgage lending, as well as for the South Jersey Gas Company for 9 years in the 1990s. Aileen was also elected on Hamilton Township Committee for 3 years from 2012 to 2014. Now, therefore, we, the sworn members of Hamilton Township Committee in Mays Landing, New Jersey, do hereby honor Aileen Dix during National Women's History Month in perpetuity as established this 18th day of March in this year of 2024.
We have to add two things. I wasn't born here, but my DNA was on Main Street in 1866 because my great-grandfather owned the American Hotel and my grandmother was born there in September of 1866. Why am I still in Mays Landing as a couple people sitting here who, like me, are water skiers? I've been in the lake since I was 1 year old, and that water skiing was my addiction in life, and that's the two pieces. Now you got the whole story.
All right.
Thank
It wouldn't be Aileen without this. So if you want to take a picture, you know you can. We're going to have this reprinted up because there was a little error. So you know it has to be
have
right.
somebody else's name on it.
No. No. Your name is on it, but we just have to correct something, and we're going to do that. So if you would like to take a picture, and I was just want to say I'm so proud to know you.
Thank you.
I met you during my campaign. This wasn't just done because you done my
I
campaign.
wouldn't think that for the...
I know you wouldn't. But I just want you to know you are well deserving of this honor. Again, let's give a round of applause to Miss Aileen Dick.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right, that's a hard act to follow there. The next proclamation goes to Ashlyn Walker. We would like to recognize Ashlyn during National Women's History Month. Ashlyn holds the title of Miss Southern Gardens Teen, which is a preliminary local title for Miss New Jersey Teen that is being held June 14th at the Showboat Casino. Ashlyn's community service initiative is High Aiming Women in Aviation. It promotes aviation to young women through flight training that she provides on her social media pages called Flying Fridays. And whereas Ashlyn has also partnered with the Young Eagles program to provide 5 local girls with the opportunity to take the Freedom introductory flight, and one of them will also receive a $250 scholarship to continue their flight and training with local flight schools. We, the sworn members of the Hamilton Township Committee in Mays Landing, New Jersey, do hereby honor Ashlyn Walker during National Women's History Month in preparation as established this 18th day of March in the year 2024. Congratulations.
Gonna be in the foyer before we're finished. All right, these are necessary, guys. I'm getting old. Township of Hamilton, I'm sorry. I'm Committeeman Robert Laws, serving as Deputy Mayor. And if you guys want to really get a good laugh, Art's on vacation the next meeting, so be here for that one. That's going to be fun.
Be away.
Shortest agenda you ever seen in your life. The Township of Hamilton, Atlantic County, New Jersey, proclamation. Whereas we would like to recognize Miss Asila Davis. I'd like to ask you to hold all your applause until we... No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Ms. Asila Davis, during National Women's History Month. Ms. Davis's remarkable dedication and impact through her leadership at Agape Water International Safe Haven, A-WISH, set her apart as a true community hero. Whereas Ms. Davis works at A-WISH, where she spearheads initiatives to rescue and support women and children facing domestic violence and assault, and showcases her unwavering commitment to the well-being of our community members. Her tireless efforts in creating a safe haven for those in need make her an exceptional candidate for this esteemed recognition. Whereas, in addition to her invaluable contributions to A-Wish, Ms. Davis extends her passions for the community, for community service to our schools, serving as a para. She plays a pivotal role in managing our challenged student population, demonstrating her commitment to nurturing a supportive educational environment for all. Whereas, Ms. Acelia Davis embodies the qualities of compassion, resilience, selflessness, and that defines a woman of the year. Her impact resonates not only in the lives she directly touches, but also in the broader community. I wholeheartedly recommend Ms. Davis for this well-deserved honor. Now, therefore, we, the Committee of Hamilton Township, the sworn members of Hamilton Township Committee in Mays Landing, New Jersey, do hereby honor Ms. Acelia Davis during National Women's History Month in perpetuity as established this 18th day of March in the year of 2024. Congratulations, Ms. Davis. I think it's good. Get out of the way. Oh.
That was truly wonderful. Thelma, thank you so much for bringing that to us. It was a great idea, and I look forward to doing it again next year.
Bye, Guy.
Yes,
Bye, Shell. Bye, Cindy. Bye, Stan.
you can leave if you want to.
No, stay.
No, the budget's the most exciting part of the year. There they go.
He's going to run out.
Okay, let's move on.
Lock the doors.
Additions, deletion to the late agenda items to be considered for action tonight. We have one deletion, 9C, personnel. Resolution to appoint Mary Kelly as full-time temporary executive assistant, GIF Fund Commissioner and to the Administrator effective April 8th through October 8th or until the leave of the executive assistant is exhausted. This may be extended for an additional 30 days at an hourly rate of $45 an hour, not to exceed the 35-hour work week. So this will be deleted from the agenda. What's your pleasure?
So moved.
Second.
The motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. So 9C will be removed. Early public comment on agenda items excluding items listed for public hearings.
We have no one signed up.
No one signed up? Okay.
Let's see.
Nobody's interested in the budget. Okay. Great, 2024.
The room got empty.
2024 municipal budget presentation. Turn it over to Brett.
Great job, Thelma. She's got the crowd in and out. Speaks people listen. Is there popcorn with this?
No.
Not at all.
It's not in the budget.
No.
Good?
That's good.
Yeah, we're.
That's good. That's good.
We can't read the numbers.
It's hard to read our documents, but it's okay. I'm just messing with you.
Good evening. Okay, so we're going to introduce the 2024 budget. 2024 budget sees challenges, but this year we are looking ahead. We're going to have several discussion points. We're going to talk about the challenges of developing a budget during strained times, how we got here, what we were doing to make it work, and some solutions. We're going to discuss what's in the budget, and we're going to look ahead and move forward and talk about some exciting things in 2024. Challenges, inflation impact for 2024. While the inflation rate slightly decreased from 2023 to 24, the cost of goods and services are still well above prior years. We're competing with other towns in the private sector to secure qualified people for open positions. Employee health care is up 7.4% in 2024. Workman's comp and general liability insurance increased $100,000. Vehicles and equipment costs are up. Since COVID, the average truck and police car has gone up about $15,000. In many cases, even higher. The fluctuation in utility costs. It's hard to budget for fuel, natural gas, and electric. Last year it was up significantly. This year it kind of leveled out, but we have to budget for worst case scenarios. Solid waste services and our landfill fees are up in 2024. We have more responsibilities in 2024. We have increased maintenance to aging public facilities, parks, and roads. Equipment maintenance services and the price of parts is up. We have increased compliance reporting and regulatory requirements. Our financial reporting, our DEP requirements, things like that are all up, and there's more of them. We learned a lot in 2023. One was the contamination at the Public Works facility. This year we joined the EGIF, but the cost is going to be realized in 2024. We also joined the CyberGIF to combat cybersecurity issues. Many of you are mindful of the cybersecurity hacks that were experienced at MGM and a lot of the private sector businesses in 2023. So this was a recommendation to join the CyberGIF in 24. Bad news. We lost almost $2.3 million in ratables in 2023. Just as an FYI, $20 million equals 1 penny on the tax rate. So we're down a few cents. Prior to 2023, there were years with little or no tax increases to offset ratable losses or to sustain inflation to the cost of goods, services, and the cost of living. Again, we lost $2.2 million in values from 23 to 24. Over the past 6 years, we've lost roughly $44 million in ratables. This is another slide that just shows our ratable fluctuation from 23 to 24. So in order to balance our budget, we do have to increase taxes 1.9 cents. We are introducing a legal and balanced budget at $31,173,372.28. So enough doom and gloom. Tax increases don't just pay for catch-up, they fund new opportunities. 2024 budget has a lot of positives and the township is moving in the right direction. So let's talk about some of the projects and possibilities for the coming year. 2024 is a rebuild year. We have actually added 18 commercial ratables since this time last year, and that's a list of them. I'm not going to read through all of them, but we've approved them at the last dozen or so committee meetings. What are we doing in 24? Our goals. We're looking at all grant opportunities, looking for solutions to offset the loss of retail, marketing township property to sell and to get back on the tax rolls. We're partnering efforts with redevelopers for CarMax, Mod Wash, Cotton Mill, and several others that are in the works. Seeking potential developers for areas in need of redevelopment, areas like the racetrack, the former Xavier site, etc. We're also supporting efforts to help the Hamilton Township Board of Education obtain grant funding to redevelop the Duverson School. More goals. Taking a hard look at municipal fees and permits. This includes construction, zoning, public works, and animal licensing. Making sure we are consistent with surrounding towns and the times regarding fines and penalties. Recent example of this is the amendments we made to our illegal dumping ordinance. We're increasing employee training to help offset insurance costs and strengthen our skill sets. We just appointed a fire administrator during the last meeting, so we continue to get closer to one unified Township of Hamilton Fire Department. I've tasked him, and the chief's tasked him with applying for at least 4 grants this year. We hope we can get more in, and hopefully we get some of them. We're really trying to recruit new volunteers, and we're looking at any incentive programs that come down the road. This year we're proposing an increase to our LoSAP program, and we are going to further evaluate the success of our pay-to-run program. What else are we doing? We're maintaining our current staffing levels. Our staffing, it fluctuates between 128 and 132, so we try to stay right around 130 employees. We moved most of our staff to higher deductible insurance plans. We still have one contract to finish up. After the 7.4% increase, we still realized about a $30,000 savings for moving the staff up to those higher plans. We're not filling several open positions. We're not filling one truck driver full-time, and these are this one's full-time truck driver labor in Public Works, full-time operation manager in Public Works, 3 part-time special officers, 5 part-time dispatchers, and 2 clerks. What else are we doing? We're continuing to invest idle funds. Last year, Cindy invested funds, and we actually made $700,000, which is very solid. We're exploring all shared services opportunities, and we're continuing to reduce debt. We're paying down roughly $1.7 million in 2024. So this is just a graphic of the budget change since 2019, but you can see from 2023 to 2024, our budget's going to increase about $700,000. We're using less operating surplus in this budget. Last year we used $4.5 million. This year we're going to use about $4.1 million. Our debt history, our debt is actually going down from last year due to the $1.7 million dropping off. So this slide, you want to read it from bottom up. It's actually better to be lower. Closer to the bottom is better. This is where we rank in debt with the rest of the county. You can see that we're at 14, which is pretty good considering. How do your tax dollars get divided up amongst the county and the schools and us? We take 27%. The county is 20%, and the schools are 53% of your tax dollar. How much will this budget cost the average taxpayer? In 2024, the average home that's assessed at $165,600 will pay $1,608 in municipal tax, or about $31 more in 2024. Again, this breaks down how the $1,608 is spent for all the services that we provide. 35% is for public safety, 17% is public works, 41% is general government, and 7% is the capital improvements. What do public safety services include? Police protection, fire protection, LoSAP, paper run, rescue squad, emergency management, court services, animal control, and code enforcement. What do your public works services include? Road maintenance and construction, stormwater inspection and maintenance, flood mitigation, Lenape Dam oversight, park maintenance and construction, recreational facility maintenance, snow removal, street lighting, and roadside litter abatement in clean communities. Solid waste is also a function of public works. This budget includes weekly trash and bulk waste collections. We have bi-weekly recycling. It also includes all the landfill fees, yard waste collections, and all the public education that goes along with these services. What do general government services include? It's administrator's office, human resources, the clerk's office, vital statistics, the finance department, our auditing services, risk management, insurance, legal and engineering, planning office, planning board, and the industrial commission, the zoning office and the zoning board, construction, fire prevention, code enforcement, tax assessment, abatement, and affordable housing, tax collection, as well as IT. We do IT for all of our in-house people as well as the fire departments, and we provide IT services to Egg Harbor City as well through a shared service agreement. What else is in the 2024 budget? We're enhancing existing services, investing in community development, maintaining and improving the township's infrastructure. We're also continuing the coordination efforts with our redeveloper to finish capping the landfill, and we are continuing to invest in our employees. We're funding several public events in 2024 with this budget. We have the Cove Beach and Swimming, the September 11th Memorial, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Holiday Tree Lighting, National Night Out, the Rabies Clinic, and the Public Works and Police Services for the Halloween Parade and Hometown Celebration. So this is our pay-as-you-go program. In 2024, we set aside over $400,000 in capital improvement funding to continue to pay for municipal assets instead of borrowing. Included in our pay-as-you-go program are 3 police SUVs outfitted, lights, sirens, computers, soup to nuts. We're also going to introduce a recycling initiative in 2024. This is something that we applied for 3 years ago, and we just haven't been able to budget for it. We received something called the recycling. I'm trying to remember what the name of that grant that we got was. The Recycling Partnership, which is a grant opportunity that funds $15 of the cost of a 96-gallon recycling cart. This program keeps towns cleaner and recycling more. It actually decreases landfill fees from 8 to 18%. That's significant when you're talking about $1 million in landfill fees. There's less cleanup for Public Works and the sustainability team. We're expecting a possible decrease next year in our ACUA fees if they go to full automation. So if we get these carts, we'll actually be ahead of the curve, and we won't have to purchase them after the fact, and we'll be able to enjoy those savings. So this is another reason that we should switch over. Funding sources for this are in Capital Improvement Fund, Recycling Partnership Grant, Recycling Trust Fund, and Public Works Solid Waste. Pay as you go. We're also upgrading some technology in the building here. We're going to put some surveillance out at the Leapy Park for our new building that we just put up and the fields. And we're proposing a surround sound system at Memorial Park. This budget provides 5% of the required funding for up to a $2 million capital ordinance. The capital ordinance could fund things like roadway and drainage improvements, improvements to municipal infrastructure and complexes, recreational planning and expansion, public works equipment, and emergency services equipment. Quick glimpse of the capital plan. I don't want to get too in depth with this because it's not finalized, but things that we do know. We're looking at paving various locations in Cloverleaf. Monmouth Drive in Harding Lakes, Phase 1, it's a long road, so we're going to have to phase that one out. Out in Mizpah, we're proposing to pave D. Hirsch Avenue, Church Street, Sewell Avenue, and Jefferson Avenue. And in Riga, we're looking to pave Salma Terrace and the cul-de-sac at the end. More drainage improvements for this year coming. We're looking to remediate the culvert under River Road just past Freddie J's. There's been an ongoing flooding issue out there for years that we're hoping to satisfy in this coming budget. And there's also another problem over on Tanglewood Drive that we are looking into for this year to fund and hopefully finish up. Improvements to municipal complexes. We have some HVAC repairs to make here at Town Hall and some upgrades at the Public Works facility. I believe we're going to try to put some air conditioning out there. I was in Public Works for 18 years, and there's no air conditioning in the building over there, believe it or not. So something that we're looking to put in this year. And complete the Public Works pole barn. We're also looking to purchase a new street sweeper. New DEP stormwater requirements came down the road this year. We have to satisfy those. We're going to service the township roads and the parking lots, and we're going to clean roads after special events. Right now, we hire the ACUA to do the street sweeping. It's very costly, so I think investing in the street sweeper is a good move. Leapy Track expansion phase 2. We're finishing up phase 1 right now, but we're looking at phase 2. The first thing we're going to do is purchase 2 new scoreboards for the 2 hockey courts that are out there. And we're right now developing the second phase, and we're not 100% sure what that's going to entail, but we are trying to, in 2024, trying to get the Pinelands and DEP and required permits to move forward next year with some sort of construction. So these are capital improvements that are funded by grants. We received an NJDOT grant for Malaga Road, and we're going to call it Phase 1 because we actually did so many phases out there, we're starting over. Getting $245,000 for Malaga Road this year. We were approved for another DOT grant for putting a bike lane in on Babcock Road, and we plan on connecting that over to the county's bike path. We got a Safe Streets grant for Park Road sidewalks and pedestrian upgrades at $341,000. So this year, in addition to whatever we do put aside for capital for road paving, we'll have $678,000 in grant funds, which is significant. Speaking of grants, we're going to use 2 different grants to upgrade Underhill Park this year. We have CDBG funding, and we received a $70,000 rec grant. We plan on putting ADA sidewalks and crosswalks in to connect existing infrastructure, the Christian Klopp Park, all the way up to the 3rd Street Bridge. We're planning on paving Old Egg Harbor Road within the limits of the park from Route 40 up to almost to the bridge. We're going to try to include some additional parking on Iliff Avenue. ADA renovations to the restrooms on the lower side fields, and new ADA accessible sports fencing for the whole facility. Ongoing capital projects from last year. We finished up phase 1 of the Lenape Dam project, which was the rehabilitation of the powerhouse, and phase 2 will start in the summer of the actual spillway. And you can see in that picture on the right what the new spillway is going to look like. Another project that we're finishing up this year is the second phase of the fuel tank replacement project at Public Works. The soil remediation portion is complete, and we are actually planning to install the new tanks in the next couple weeks and hopefully have them up and running by the summer. And the other project that we're finishing up is the bathrooms and call box at the Levy tract. We hope to have this done by early to late spring. Future planning. Sustainability and adopt a road program. We're looking into further promoting community litter abatement programs and add new volunteer groups. Further promote rigid plastic and our electronic recycling programs. A lot of people don't realize that Public Works takes rigid plastics. That's very important. We're trying to get the message out there, trying to keep these things out of our trash cans. We pay for that. We pay to get rid of that. And when you put these rigid plastics in the landfill, they do not break down. They're there forever. We're trying to enhance public awareness, expand on the efforts of the sustainability team, and explore all grant opportunities that come down. Infrastructure grants that we're looking at for 2024. Federal and state restoration grants. We were very successful last year in getting these grants. We have applications out there for next year. We actually got one for 2025 for doing, is it Dennis Foreman or Dennis Foreman. We got one for Dennis Foreman. It was a Safe Streets grant. We're looking at energy efficiency opportunities, public safety grants, and recreational grants. Continue to invest in our community, public safety, community events, road paving, and our parks. Budget process. Introduction would be tonight. Public hearing would be 28 days later, April 15th. If any amendments come up on the 15th, we would have to push off adoption, but if there are no amendments, we can adopt on April 15th. Questions, comments from the governing body?
Anyone have any questions? Comments? I just want to make a couple comments to point out a couple things. And one of the most important slides you looked at tonight was the taxable tax value of this town. We're down $44 million since 2016. We were down $2 million just last year, a little over $2 million. So as you saw, the importance of this redevelopment is dire. What we are seeing is right now we have several businesses, more than several, quite a few businesses that are coming into the area. You saw CarMax is starting. Excuse me. And there's a few others right behind them. And we are working diligently with anybody and everybody who is interested in the racetrack and some of the other properties up and down the Black Horse Pike. We're doing whatever we can to get them, to entice them to come here. And once they're here, we try and work with them in order to get some things moving along. Because next year I'd like to see that going the opposite direction. And hopefully if some of these things get opened up in the next calendar year, we should see some upward movement instead of the downward movement. So very, very important slide. And I want everybody to understand how that all works and how if you don't have ratables, and each and every one of you are a ratable, you all pay taxes, but the businesses pay a lot more taxes, and it helps us run this town much, much better. The other important thing I wanted to point out was the investments that we made, which Cynthia, that was her idea last year to do this. She promised me at least $500,000, and we got a little bit better than that, which in turn allowed us to get back into the pay-as-you-go practice, which we haven't had that, and it's very important. Pay-as-you-go used to help fund our fire trucks, our ambulances, police cars, a lot of public safety stuff that we do every year, every other year. And it hurts when we have to bond that, and we don't want to bond that. We want to be able to buy that stuff, keep our fire and rescue squad and our police department in the vehicles that they need, with the equipment that they need, but also doing it in a smart financial and fiscal way. So I think that we're on the right road with this. Hopefully we'll see some more investment money come back, and we'll be able to continue this. Overall, I thought the budget was pretty good. It's better than last year, and I hope and I think that it will be better next year. So I'm looking forward to a good year. Thank you. No other comments?
Just once again, same as last year, everybody worked together. and came together and listened and had their input, and that's important from all all angles for somebody to speak up and also when they were told, hey, do what you can to cut back, everybody chipped in and did what they could do.
Yep.
So, and that puts us in a good position right now.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Carl. It's very true. I mean, this is the second year in a row when we went to departments and asked for cuts. We're trying to get to a place, and it's not an easy road. Anyone else?
Good job, Brett.
Good job, Cindy. It's Women's Month. You can't leave her out.
Good job, Cynthia.
Amen.
Everybody? Cynthia, way to go.
Great job.
Great job. Yeah. So we have a resolution to introduce. Do we need to vote on that, or are we good?
Yes.
Yes. We need a resolution to introduce the 24 budget.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This hearing will be set for April 15th, 2024. Rita, why don't we do a roll call for this?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Patali?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Shanker?
Yes.
Oh, yes, and carried.
Thank you. Number 4, discussions, formal action may be taken. It's on a shopping cart ordinance.
So moved.
This is something that I asked Brett to look into. You drive around and you see a lot of shopping carts out on 322, and just kind of spread out all over the shopping area. So looked into it, had our solicitor look into it. A couple other municipalities have these ordinances, so put this together, and it's just a tool that code enforcement can use, basically to go to the businesses that have the shopping carts and say, hey, get things cleaned up. For the most part, they listen when they're asked to go and do it, but a couple of them are a little slow to get things done, and it's really hard to say stay classy, Mays Landing, when there's shopping carts all over the place. So it's I'd like to see this move along just to give code enforcement a tool to help clean things up.
Yeah, like,
I think this is a very good, Carl, thank you for bringing it up and bringing it to the dais.
I was going to say the same thing. Just hats off to Committeeman Patali. He noticed that there was an issue, and he noticed it developing before it got too far down the pike. He took action, and that's what you want from us up here. You want us to protect our township. So, thanks a lot, Mr. Patali, for making sure we stay on top of that and building a device where we can control it.
Good.
You made a motion?
I made the
I'll second
We have a motion and a second to
to introduce.
introduce the ordinance,
Well, this was on as a discussion.
and
We
we,
were going to introduce it at the next meeting.
okay,
What is
You can
right?
do that.
Introduce it at the next
we'll
meeting.
do.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything with this then?
Another thing for
I
Bobby.
think we
Need your
just discussed
authorization
it.
to finish it up.
We discussed it.
Oh, it'll be
All right.
It'll be my. Okay, great. One more thing. to the
Okay,
agenda.
so
Carl, sit close.
Number 5, public hearings, adoption of ordinance, we have none. Number 6, introduction of ordinances, we have none. Number 7, awards, bids, contracts, and change orders, we have none. We'll move on to number 8, consent agenda. Anyone have anything they want to pull out? Anyone?
I'll move A through M.
Second.
We have a motion and second to move A through M. Are there any questions or concerns?
Just just a concern.
Okay.
I wanted everyone to know that the police department received a 2024 distracted driving crackdown. So if you are texting or while you're driving, you're going to be stopped and ticketed. So, and that's a good thing because it's going to save lives. But if you see the police coming to stop you, they see you texting, you doing. I have to admit, I have been guilty. I don't want to sit here and act like I've never done it.
Say it
because
isn't
I
so.
have done it. But I'm not going to be doing it in April. And I'm not going to be doing it at all anymore. Because you got to lead by example. But I wanted everyone to know that. And I believe that the chief is going to put it out, right, on the regroup. Right, they're going to put it out Facebook and regroup so people are aware this is going to be April the 1st through April the 30th. So I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. That's it.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Personnel, a resolution to appoint Jason Erickson as full-time truck driver laborer at $41,600 based on salary annually, plus annual compensation of $2,000 for possessing and maintaining a Class A commercial driver's license per Teamsters Local 331 agreement.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there questions or concerns? Rita, can we get a roll call vote for this, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
Carried.
B, resolution to appoint Jarrell Jackson as a full-time truck driver laborer at $41,600 base salary annually, plus compensation of $1,000 for possessing and maintaining a Class B commercial driver's license per Teamsters Local 331 agreement.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Are there any questions or comments? Rita, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Thank you. D, resolution to appoint Stacy Underwood as a full-time communications officer for the police department starting at a step one salary of $47,547.53 effectively 4/24/24.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Are there any questions? Any comments? Rita, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
E, resolution to appoint Nicholas Barrett, a full-time police officer for the police department at a step 4 of the CBA with a salary of $68,332. Start date to be determined.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there questions, concerns? Rita, roll call, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Okay. Approvals. A, minutes of the regular meeting, minutes of March 4th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. B, minutes of the executive session meeting minutes, March 4th, 2024.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions, concerns, comments? Rita, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Mr. Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
C, bills, bill list, total $1,790,420.78.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Are any questions, concerns, comments? Rita, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cheek?
Yes.
Mr. Laws?
Yes.
Vitale?
Yes.
Dr. Witherspoon?
Yes.
Mayor Schenker?
Yes.
All yes and carried.
Move on to reports. Mr. Administrator.
I just want to echo what you said, Mayor, about the cuts and the departments working with the township. It really was a tough year. We cut significant money out of our two biggest budgets, which is police and public works operating. Hopefully next year we can get back on track.
Yeah,
That's
it
all I have.
definitely was a it's a turning point year, and you know, you keep asking and they keep delivering, so we appreciate them doing the same with less. Anything else?
That's all I have.
Mr. Solicitor?
Nothing to report, Mayor.
Perfect, you're working out great. Mr. Engineer?
Just a quick statement regarding the Underhill project. We are going to be going out to bid with that in beginning of April. Hopefully be awarding in May and then be under construction mid-June for it.
Very good.
Okay.
Good. Anything else?
No, I'll have a full list of the road programs, the roads, and their cost estimates at the next meeting.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Township committee members, and because it's, you know, Women's Month, Dr. Witherspoon, I'd like you to go first.
Thank you so much, Mayor. I first would like to again thank all of my colleagues for supporting me in honoring women. And they all went along, they all agreed with my choice, and I want to thank them again for that. Also on Friday, I will be attending the Atlantic County League of Municipalities meeting. It's going to be at the Savory Restaurant in Vineland. And that's going to be at 6:30, and I'll be there, good Lord's will. And I also want to announce on March the 23rd, there's going to be an Atlantic City Women's March, and it's honoring the late Lieutenant Governor Sheila Y. Oliver. The special keynote speaker will be the Reverend Dr. Regina Thomas, who's she works for Women's Health and Civil Rights Advocacy Director, American Federation of Teachers, and she is the former New Jersey Secretary of State. This march is going to line up at Rhode Island Avenue and the boardwalk and start at 10, and the event is going to be at the Jim Wellen Boardwalk Hall on Mississippi and the boardwalk beginning at 12 noon. So if you're not doing anything, you're not able to come, just know that I will be representing Hamilton Township. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Patali?
Once again, I'd like to congratulate the 3 A's, Azalea, Ashwin, and Aileen. Triple A. Triple A. And it was a great idea by Dr. Witherspoon to do that. So thank her for that, of course. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who donated money to the Main Street Food Bank. The food bank was completely empty last week. Nothing. They had nothing. And I made a post on Facebook and said, I'll match up to the first $250, and I didn't think I'd get more than that, maybe $300, and as of right now, we're at $5,555. But I also like to say, don't forget there's 3 other food pantries in our town, so don't forget about them, St. Vincent and the Lundy Center. And so if you didn't donate to this one and you'd like to reach into your pocket, please send some money their way also. So that was really a good thing to see that happen. Everybody all come together from town, and actually as far away as South Carolina sent me some money, and as far north as Hoboken, New Jersey. So I was kind of shocked, but that's a good thing. And that's really all I have to say. Reagan, I'll see you later, and Maddie, I miss you and love you, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Winnie Cheek?
I echo the thoughts of the 3 ladies, and it's just great every meeting if we could have someone from our community up here and just recognizing their achievements and their goals. That goes way beyond anything, in my opinion. Also, I was at Leapy Field looking at the new field house. The roof is on, the siding's being installed, the mechanicals in the rough-in stages are being done, and the sidewalks have started to be installed on the outside. So it's moving right along, and it's looking like maybe a summer finish date, wouldn't you think, Bob? Yeah. I'm buying them time, Bob. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Committeeman Laws.
Yes, again, and I'm sorry to echo everyone else, but thank you, Ms. Witherspoon, for the idea. It is definitely something that we should do. This is the first I'm hearing about the food bank issue, so Committeeman Pertali, thank you for that. That's amazing, right? So, Bible says we lack because we don't ask, right? So I guess you proved that point. You ask and we receive.
Ask and you shall receive.
You shall receive, right? Somebody read the Bible once. All right. But the business there's a new business that's opening up in the township that I stopped in on. They're opening, I think the grand opening's on the 28th. It's the grocery outlet. Really, really nice people. They have plans to really, really help, in the community, not just be a business and, pay taxes, but they actually want to help give back to the community, which is a novel idea these days. The economy's pretty beat up, and as you see, our budget has been, whittled down. But at the same time, we're taking on a little increase. And in my opinion, that's necessary to sustain your township. There's issues like, obviously inflation, but then there's things like raises, cost of living, raises that has to happen in our township. These people do work hard in our township. Our employees aren't just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. They work pretty hard, and we want to make sure that we keep our employees. So there's only one way to do that, and this budget is the step in the right direction. So I thank you guys for putting together a solid budget. I thank each department for stepping up, especially in our police department where a lot of that budget has to go. You look at what other townships has to do in their budget, and you look at ours, and like, whew, it's amazing what we've been able to do with a little bit of money. But thanks to all you guys that put yourselves together and got in a room and hammered this whole thing out. And that does, I don't want this to slide by, but our mayor actually had a big input in that. There were some hard decisions that had to be made. And I want to thank you for making them.
Thank you.
And we all had to take a look at it, and we all had to say yay or nay, and we're all in agreement with them. We stand lockstep with Mayor Schenker in this budget, and really excited about the direction of the township. That's it.
Thank you. And I'll jump on the bandwagon. What we did tonight with these three wonderful women is just one of the best things we've done in quite a while. But I want to talk about another young lady who's pretty incredible. I had the honor to go to Brianna Ehrlich's Eagle Scout ceremony, and I've been to a few of these, and this young lady is exceptional. So if you don't know about Eagle Scouts, they have to do a pretty substantial project. Some of it is daunting, and the project she took on was to redo the, what do you call that room? It's like a rest room at the rescue squad. Yeah. So she did a excellent job along with a lot of friends and family. I was an uncle of an Eagle Scout, so I understand how much work is involved. And they bring in all their friends and family, and they get these things done. And she is just a very bright, intelligent young lady who I was impressed by her because, when we sit up here as Township Committee, not just the five of us, but everybody in the past, public safety is number one. It always is, always has been, and probably always will be. So for her to pick a project that really went down those lines, she's already seeing what's important to this town at a very, very young age. And that wasn't the only project she did. She went outside and redid an entire picnic area for the rescue squad. So she took what would have been a very daunting project and made it bigger. Halfway through? Would she say, I want to do this too? So, very impressive young lady, and it was an honor for me to be there. The only other thing I'd like to touch on was,
What's her name?
pardon me?
What was her
Brianna Ehrlich. The other thing I'd like to touch on, and you know, I don't want this to go by without everybody understanding. Without Carl Patali's initiative to go out there and make sure that the food banks were full, you know, we all, and myself included, we all want to make this place better, want to donate money, want to do the right thing. But sometimes the avenue, unless it's right in front of you, it just doesn't get done. So I want to thank Carl for what he did. I'm sure I'm embarrassing him right now, but I finally saw Facebook do something good.
Yeah.
Because most of the times, well, sometimes it's not. So Carl, thank you so much. It was an honor for me to be part of it. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to public for public comment.
All right, Mayor, just one thing. I forgot. Thursday, there's going to be an awards ceremony here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the
Thursday,
28th.
The 28th.
Yeah.
is gonna be
5:30.
At 5:30.
Mhm.
I do plan to attend. I just wanted to make sure that
The
I
police
said
awards.
that.
It's in
I
there.
forgot to say that. The 28th,
28th, yes.
5:30.
Good job.
Good catch.
Yeah, thank
Now,
I would-
he won't pull you over.
I would
for texting.
appreciate if nobody calls me on Saturday. My son's getting married Saturday, so
Oh,
I
you
will
just
be,
opened up the floodgates, dude.
I will be turning my phone off.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
That
Congratulations.
That means call
That
him a
means
lot.
do not call me, Bobby, so help me God. I will kill you.
I'll text you, don't worry. I won't call, I'll text.
So, yeah, it's a big moment for our family, very happy, so.
Great kid.
Anybody in the public like to speak?
Barbara Cup, Morningside Drive. First of all, I have to say 2024, and we celebrated women. So thank you. 3 deserving women tonight, and I'm sure there's more to come. This will not stop. Carl, I'm not embarrassing you, but I echo what Mayor Shanker said. Friday night, when the post was made, Carl put his challenge out there. I was shocked to see Sunday morning, at that point, 5,000. But there's this lovely lady at the church. Her name is Marie Harvey. She's the person in charge of posting. And the shelves were empty. There's no doubt about it. There was nothing. They serviced 60 families, I believe she said, that Wednesday, and were wiped out. So Carl took her post, many shares, and she posted, I believe it was this morning, that she could not believe the amount of food that was dropped off, and it's still continuing. And there are several housing developments in our community that are doing their own drives for the food bank. And I don't care if you're RD or I, but this is our community. And I really, really appreciate celebrating our own and taking care of our own.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Move to close?
Second?
I have a motion to close. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Excuse me. Adjourn. We're just
Do we
doing
have
no
the,
executive session.
Yeah, she's coming up with that.
she's coming up so we can sign the proclamation for Aileen, the corrected one.
Correct one.
Oh, it's corrected already?
It's already, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
good.
That's service.
How about a motion for adjournment?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Any questions? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed?